Hello everyone, back with another topic of English grammar. It is pairs of words this time. Okay, the meaning of pairs of words is the words which always appear in the same order. As the topic suggests, pairs of words, I think you can understand that we are talking about the words which always appear in the same order. Example, the election was declared null and void. So, null and void appear in the same order. We cannot say void and null, we do not say that way. So, that is how the word is used. The words are used in that order. Okay, the election was declared null and void. Now, before I start with the exercise, I would want you people to get your books, that is streams, on page number 14. You have the exercise pairs of words, and we can go according to that. We shall go according to that. So, the first exercise, the first sentence there is, the police had to use tear gas in order to dash the mob. The words are disperse and disperse. You have to use the appropriate word in the blank. Now, disperse means pay out money from a fund, okay? And disperse means distribute or spread over a wide area. So, the sentence as it goes, the police had to use tear gas in order to disperse the mob. Disperse means to spread the mob. Let us look at this sentence which would clarify the use of the word disperse. Okay, 99,000 rupees of the pledged aid had already been disbursed. So, had already been disbursed means had already been paid out. So, when we use the word disburse, it means we are speaking about some money or some financial matters which are to be paid out or which have already been paid. Okay. So, that is the first one. The next. The son asked for his parents' dash for the marriage. The words are assent and assent. Both have the same pronunciation but different spellings and also different meanings, right? Assent, A-S-C-E-N-T, means upward movement. Assent, A-S-S-E-N-T, means permission. So, according to this sentence, it should be the son asked for his parents' assent for the marriage. A-S-S-E-N-T, assent. The other assent, that is A-S-C-E-N-T, can be understood from this sentence. Anand made 20 successful ascents of peaks above 8,000 meters. So, that is upward movement. It brings out that meaning clearly here in this particular sentence. So, that is the difference in these two words. The next one. Why don't you dash some money in a business venture? The words are divest and invest. So, divest means deprive someone of power, rights or possessions. Invest means put money into financial schemes to achieve profit. So, reading the sentence again, why don't you dash some money in a business venture? Here the word would be invest. Why don't you invest some money? Put some money into financial scheme to achieve profit. Okay, so why don't you invest some money in a business venture. Let us look at the sentence which tells us the meaning of divest, how it can be used in a sentence. The wind divested the trees of their leaves, deprived the trees. Okay, so that is how the meaning comes clearly through this sentence. The wind divested the trees of their leaves. Next, chickenpox is dash. Now the words contagious or chronic. Now contagious means likely to spread. Chronic means something which has been persisting for a long time. So chickenpox is contagious, right? We'll use the word contagious in this blank. The sentence which brings out the meaning of the word chronic in a better manner is heart disease, cancer, diabetes, etc. are chronic diseases. Okay, so that means they persist for a long time. So we can term these diseases as chronic diseases. So chronic is such a word which can be used in this manner for these ailments. Okay. Next, Suresh's dash to smoking. Words devoted, addicted. Now devoted means very loving or loyal. We cannot say Suresh is devoted to smoking. Addicted, as you know, is physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance. So here we'll say that Suresh is addicted to smoking. Okay. Now a sentence which brings out the meaning of the word devoted in a better manner. Alex is a devoted husband and father. Okay. So Alex is a devoted husband and father, very loving or loyal. That is the meaning of that word, and it has to be used in this manner. Okay. Here it should be addicted to smoking. Next, the texture of the cloth is dash. Now the words are coarse, C-O-A-R-S-E, or and coarse, C-O-U-R-S-E. So C-O-A-R-S-E means rough or harsh in texture. Course, C-O-U-R-S-E, means a set of classes or a plan of study on a particular subject. Now, course, C-O-U-R-S-E, has various other meanings as well. Like a course is also used to mean way or path. Like when we say life takes its own course. Okay, when we talk about a 7-course meal, all right, that is also another example of that. So there are various other ways where C-O-U-R-S-E is used. It would be good if you people just do a little bit of homework and try and find out the various meanings or the usage of the word C-O-U-R-S-E, course. All right. Here I have mentioned this meaning where it says a set of classes or a plan of study on a particular subject. Now taking a look at the sentence again, the texture of the cloth is coarse. It should be C-O-A-R-S-E. That means rough or harsh. Okay. Example of course, C-O-U-R-S-E, can be I would like to do a writing course. Okay, C-O-U-R-S-E, a plan of study. All right, let's move on to the next one now. Parents must regulate the dash of their children. Customs, habits. Now, customs means a way of behaving or a belief that has been established for a long time. Okay, habits are a regular tendency or practice, especially the one that is hard to give up. So, keeping this sentence in mind, that is, parents must regulate the habits of their children. Okay, here in the blank we should write habits. Customs can be understood through this sentence as well. In my country, it is the custom to get married in white. So that's a custom that we are talking about, a way of behaving that has been established for a long time. So when we talk about such things, we can frame such sentences. Okay. Next one. Can you read out the dash on the grave? Now the words are epitaph, epithet. So epitaph means a phrase written in memory of a person who has died. Okay, this is specially the inscription on a tombstone. Okay, so that is what we mean by epitaph. Epithet is an adjective or phrase expressing a quality regarded as characteristic of the person. Okay, so when a person exhibits a particular quality or a characteristic which is regarded as a characteristic, we might want to give an adjective or a phrase, use a phrase for that person. That is known as an epithet. Now considering this sentence here, can you read out the epitaph on the grave? We'll write epitaph in the blank provided here. The word epithet can be understood in this manner as well. Gold digger is an epithet which no woman would want to associate with. So this is the meaning or how the word epithet can be understood through this sentence. Okay, gold digger is an epithet which no woman would want to associate with. Okay, the next one, the cyclone dash without causing any catastrophe. Abated, abated. Now abated means to encourage or assist someone to commit a crime, right? And abated means become less intense. So in this sentence, the cyclone abated, abated, abated without causing any catastrophe. Now catastrophe means destruction. Okay, so here we use abated. The word abated can be understood through the sentence. She abated the thief in his getaway. She abetted the thief in his getaway, meaning to say that she assisted the thief or encouraged and assisted the thief in his getaway while he ran away, or the way he ran away. So that is how we use the word abetted. The next one, Columbus dash America, as the sentence here goes. We have two words, discovered, invented. Discovered means find something unexpectedly or during a search. Invented, as you know, means create, design, or originate. So we cannot say anybody invented America. So we'll have to say discovered America. The word here would be discovered. Okay. Invented can be understood through this sentence. He invented an improved form of the steam engine. Okay, invented, that means created, originated, or designed, helped in that. So this is how invented is used in a sentence. Now the last one, this is a monument belonging to the dash period. The words are ancient and old. Now ancient means belonging to the very distant past, old means belonging to the past. So considering this sentence here, this is a monument belonging to the ancient period. The word should be ancient in the blank, because we are talking about something which belongs to the distant past, actually very distant past. Okay, we cannot use the word old here, right? Old can be used in this sentence in this way. Valuation under the old rating system was inexact. So old rating system, which belonged to the past, not very distant past. Okay, so that is how the sentence brings out the meaning of the word old, right? So these exercises or these sentences were about these words which are confused easily or which sound so near to each other that we get confused. Okay, so if you look into these words and try and understand how, what they mean and what can be their usage, how can they be used in sentences, then you will always have a correct expression of these words in your language. When you use these words in your language, you will never make any mistake in that. So I would want people to just go through it again, not just writing the correct answers in the blanks, but also understanding, try to understand and register these words in your mind so that you may use them in your sentences in a correct manner, right? So that's about it today. So that's it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.